You're listening to In My Humble Opinion with Maxilia Robinson and Charles Lewis. Only on 101.3 Jams.
Off that national news, why don't we, stay in that same spirit, that same vein? Yeah. Hey, Ron, that was probably another article that that was even bigger this week.
Think so?
Maybe so. Mention it, what's that headline? What's that kid's name? Maybe some people heard of him.
Some guy named Kyle Rittenhouse was in the news last week. Kyle Rittenhouse is in the news for something. I don't know what he did, but he did something. So, but I'm sure if you guys have not been living under a rock, but Kyle Rittenhouse, young man that was accused of first-degree intentional homicide, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and first-degree recklessly endangering safety when he went out and killed 2 people and injured a third in Kenosha, Wisconsin during the protest last year for Jacob Blake, was found not guilty on all. You heard that, Max? All of them was found not guilty on all charges. And this is another one that, Charles and I, we started having a conversation, but I think we're going to start off by, first of all, saying we need to stop being surprised about any of this. And it's an interesting case because I'll be honest, when I actually read transcripts on, y'all, I love NPR. I love to actually read accurate information. The way that the case was positioned, it kind of looked like in some of the cases, not all of them, and this is where we're going to get in probably to a little bit of a debate, but it actually looked like he was defending himself in certain cases. And that he should not have been found guilty on some things. Now, my personal opinion was I am not with the dominant society on calling this guy a hero. Because I think— Is that the
dominant, though?
Listen, man. For where we are in this system with white supremacy, they're the ones calling him a hero. I'm not calling him a hero. And hopefully there's other people that are not. But what I'm saying is that I think that we have to be careful about, and I think this case, and I want Max to talk, I think this case might start to set a precedent, even though it hasn't already happened, but community policing. And I mean by just average citizens. So if the cops, because remember, this guy went out there and said, I'm here to defend this land and this property because the police were told not to do anything. Well, does this set a precedent now to where if cops are not going to certain neighborhoods, that we're going to have more Kyle Rittenhouses that are going to be out here policing neighborhoods? And then there's another point that I want to talk about that that I think black people can learn from Kyle Rittenhouse. And I know that might not be something very popular, but we can learn something from him.
Say so.
On the value system and the things that people will do to protect themselves and their ideals and values. So I want to go ahead and pass it over to Max.
Oh, you're just going to skip over
me? Ladies first, brother.
I do not know all of the details of the case, and I suppose a lot of people listening will tell me to stop right there because I don't know much what I'm talking about. But I'll leave it up to Aaron to correct me on anything. But to the best of my knowledge, this child was taken across state lines by his parents.
That is correct, his mama.
To a Black Lives Matter protest.
For Jacob Blake, you on the right path.
That were protesting something that he himself, Mr. Rittenberg, does not agree with. And he went there with an AK-47. How a jury—
AR-15. Just to be clear. And Max, the only reason I correct you is because there are the gun buffs who will just argue that point of saying type of gun and all that. But okay, go ahead.
That's part of the reason why we are dealing with the situation we're in right now.
Exactly.
But anyway, so I'm not sure how a jury put those very broad details together and not found that this boy went there with some type of bad intention. And then were the people that he killed unarmed?
Yes, but two of the gentlemen did pursue him. According to transcripts, that two of the gentlemen did pursue him. One gentleman did pursue him with the skateboard, and he shot and killed him. And another gentleman was chasing him as well, shot and killed him, and then wounded another gentleman that allegedly tried to grab for his pistol. Tried to grab for a weapon and shot and killed him. So the facts.
I mean, I think, Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say the facts are gonna portray it as if this man was, I feared for my life.
But if he kept his, you know what, at home, and out the way, going, then we wouldn't even have this situation. Like, why were you even there? And I guess there's naysayers that say it's his constitutional right to be there. But why were you even there if you didn't agree with what they were gathering for? Like the fact that you, I don't know, it's frustrating because the facts are so obvious to me. Right. I don't have a law degree, but they're just so obvious. Right. I don't understand how a jury can come to that conclusion, but this is America.
Right. And Max.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can finish your point. I was going to chime in.
No, I mean, I guess just the larger lesson here is that, as Aaron said, there is something positive that comes out of this situation. And for me, I feel like the lesson that will be learned here will be learned most specifically by the families and loved ones of the individuals who lost their lives at the hands of Mr. Rittenhouse, because they get a up close and personal view of how the world feels about Black people, right? Your children were out there because they were supporting the Black community and Black rights, or just Black people, right? That situation, unnecessary loss of life. So you got to see just how much they value your life if you out there for a reason that they don't believe in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And Max, the judicial system is really what I think is on trial itself, because we all know that laws are open to interpretation in favor of who they were created to favor. Right. And from those on the outside looking in, when they first saw the uproar about this case, initially, if you didn't already know, you would have thought that Kyle probably killed Black folk. Like, what I mean, based on the way that he was being defended. Right. But then once you dig into it, then you realize, so there's that privilege again. There's where the justice system can favor who it was intended to favor, because we saw the judge give bias. Like, it was obvious. Like, he made the prosecutor stand down when he felt like he was pressuring little Kyle too much, little baby Kyle.
Right.
Right?
He wasn't a baby when he had that. That weapon.
And I believe one of the prosecutors made the comment about how many Black preachers are we going to allow?
Yeah. They let him pick his own jurors. I saw something about that. Like, as far as like names in a hat. I mean, it was just so much. And that's really what came out of this is that, So, and we as Black people, like I always say, like, we got to be able to separate, the facts from our feelings, because factually, I can agree. He didn't need to be charged with all the accounts.
Absolutely.
But sometimes we feel a way because we've been done wrong by the judicial system that where we just want to take it out on them. And that ain't really how law should work. But, so we got to separate the facts from the feelings. Now, being said, I'm not a mathematician, just like Max ain't a lawyer, but you said he was acquitted of all of them.
All of them.
And I'm pretty sure all of them don't have a limit. All of them mean all of them, right? Infinite. Right. And that's that bull right there, Aaron. That's that bull. Let me go down the list real quick, Aaron.
No, because there's one of them. There's one. So go ahead. But there's one that possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under the age of 18. Right.
That's that bull. That's that bull. That's what I'm saying. So
they did the banana in the tailpipe. They did the Matrix ninja move on that one.
So out of the 7 counts, Max, first degree reckless homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. All right. Like, so that's debatable, but if they're giving them self-defense, okay. All right. But count 2, first degree recklessly endangering safety. Yes. Yeah. Guilty. First degree recklessly, all right, endangering safety, use of a deadly weapon. Yes. But I'll say maybe on that because some folks are saying, well, it's technically not an assault rifle. But there you go again. If it was a black kid, he was in the wrong place, wrong time.
We doing semantics,
right. But yeah, but I'm trying to be fair.
No. I'm with you, but they doing semantics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Intentional homicide. Okay, count 4. No. We'll say not guilty if he was self-defense. All right. Count 5. Attempted degree. Some of these are very similar. But possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. How the hell is that dismissed? Don't give me the bull about prosecutors couldn't prove it. Hey, that was proven.
We got Marshall in the Hey, Marshall, I'm gonna ask Marshall a question real quick. Marshall, if you saw me walking down the street, well, what kind of weapon was it?
AR-15.
With an AR-15.
17-year-old.
17-year-old. If I'm 17-year-old, out of town,
out of state,
do you think that I am looking to intimidate people?
Yes.
I am looking to intimidate people. I don't have. Hey Max, I don't have a super soaker.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have a little pocket knife like I'm gonna get y'all.
Right.
I am walking around with these weapons, and that's where they get us. That's where they do the banana in the tailpipe. It's his legal right to carry the. I'm not taking that away. You are walking around with that weapon to intimidate people. That is the intention.
You let someone with too much melanin in their skin be in that exact same scenario, or you wouldn't be breathing right now.
And the final count, y'all, count 7. Right. Failure to comply with an emergency order from state or local government, which in the order was no one should have been in the streets after the 8 p.m. curfew. He was in the streets after 8 a.m., but somehow that was dismissed too.
And wait, let me read that. The judge dismissed the charge during the trial, saying the prosecuting didn't offer enough evidence to prove it.
But
what
the
murder prove? He was out there.
The murder happened after 8 a.m. How we not? He killed people after 8 o'clock. How was it not proven?
Yeah.
Man, don't get me started. Can we take a break now because y'all got my blood.
Like the way that this country was organized and constructed to be advantageous to a particular group of people. These same institutions or what have you, constructs or what have you, I feel like are now, and everyone may not view it the same way, but it's now imploding. This country is imploding now.
Rome is burning.
Because of the very same things that you have set up to be advantageous to a certain group of people. And I don't know if they see it or care to see it or just would beg to differ. But look at our society. Like look at our society, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
Rome is burning.
Well, good convo, y'all. We got a break for the hour. Good convo, y'all. But hey, fam, stay tuned. Hashtag IMHO Talk Show.
You're listening to In My Humble Opinion with Maxilia Robinson and Charles Lewis. Only on 101.3 Jams.